Introducing DSG's 5MT podcast, where we draw inspiration from the annual 3-minute thesis or 3MT competition for PhD candidates, challenging them to explain their research in 3 minutes or less. Our VP of Marketing became obsessed with these presentations as they distill complex research into bite-sized concepts. We knew instantly that this format would be perfect for our podcast, delivering jargon-free marketing insights that are easy to understand. In each 5-minute episode, we'll dive into a marketing topic, giving you the essentials without the time commitment. As our producer Match puts it, we're offering you a chocolate-covered power berry of knowledge in just 5 minutes. Tune in for quick, valuable marketing insights on the 5MT podcast by your DSG marketing team.
Hi again, Paige.
Oh my gosh. Hi, Mike.
Hey, fall is upon us.
Oh, it's so beautiful.
Real quick, before we get into the question. And,
yes.
You know, we're rolling now. This is our second attempt. This is our second podcast here, 5MT.
Yes.
I want to ask you, what is your fall persona? If you had to hashtag Paige's fall persona, what is it?
That's a great question. As you know, I have many personas. It's either, do I want to be working mom? Do I want to be fall mom? Do I want to be pumpkin spice latte working mom? Maybe that's it.
It's a lot of mom. Yeah.
Pumpkin spice latte working mom.
I love it.
What about you?
Hashtag still in flip-flops. I actually am.
Oh, no. Yes. I walked into the coffee shop this morning and Mike was wearing grandpa sweater. And then I looked down and he's wearing his rainbows. This is your total personality
still
in
one
flip-flops.
Package. I can't give up on it. So.
How long are you going to be wearing flip-flops?
Just another week, I think.
Yeah,
it's gonna dip below, and I got to walk the dog.
You don't want to get frostbitten on your toes.
No way.
Yeah.
But, hey, Jack.
Oh, do you have a question for us, Jack?
I do have a question for you guys. If you had $1,000 a month to put into a marketing campaign, how would you spend it?
Okay, I'll take this one first.
Okay.
I'm sure with a lot of these questions, I'm going to say, well, it all depends on the type of business that you have,
yes,
right?
Yes, yep.
So let's say you are a small to medium-sized business and you are a startup and you don't even have a website. Well, low-hanging fruit, you want to make sure that you are setting up your business with intent online.
Yeah.
So you can kind of argue whether or not you actually need a website. You can always utilize your Facebook page. But regardless of that, you want to make sure that your first step into like quote unquote digital presence is making sure you understand what is my brand and what is my target audience. So I guess it's more about knowledge, right?
Yeah.
But I think that's going to guide you into what type of investment you want to make in marketing. Let's say you're the type of business that really wants a website, right? So it's I would say maybe a salon where you want to showcase all of your styles and you want to make sure you have the portfolio out there to showcase the balayage that you do. Maybe the first thing that you spend your money on is that website. Yeah. Then also, you need to think about your target audience. So on the salon example, who are you going to go after? Is it Gen Zers? Are you going to go after boomers? Are you going to go after all of those people? Because those two types of groups will likely spend different times on different sites, or like what type of services are going to appeal to the best audience. This is a little bit turning around on its head. Maybe that $1,000 would be best talking to a marketing consultant, which can be a representative from DSG. We have representation in the local space, and you can give DSG a call, and we're more than happy to consult with you to get you started on what a marketing package could look like for your business.
Absolutely. That's a good point.
But I think if I, was held to it, I would say you need to consider your mix of search engine optimization, and I'm trying not to be too jargony here, but that's kind of your organic presence, your website, your Google business profile, your Facebook, your Yelp.
All accessible things.
All accessible things. Some technology that is a minimum investment that you can get started with that ensures that your brand presence is consistent or your branding is consistent across all profiles, across the internet, offsite and onsite.
Absolutely.
And then maybe you want to use a little portion of that for a small paid search campaign. Yeah. In some cases, it depends on the competition and the geography, but you can get results in $500 a month on paid search. Yeah. So maybe $500 is spent annually on a listing solution or with DSG on our digital business information packages, or and you can spend it on paid search.
Yeah.
So I guess it just really depends on what you're looking for out of your marketing, because you know your business best.
Yeah,
it's all dependent upon your targets and services and the competition in the area. So I would say think about those things first, and that should be naturally guiding you on what you need to spend your money in.
Yeah. Paige, I'm going to jump in and pick up on the paid search aspect of what you mentioned. Mm-hmm. Paid search is important because I'm going to go kind of more generic.
Yes.
And assuming that a business has a website, has their idea of, how they want to be contacted, all this stuff is kind of organized online. I think there are two main ways that people advertise online. One being paid search, basically cost per click advertising on Google. I think it's a very low threshold for entry for a local business, and large businesses do this kind of on a national scale as well. But as you mentioned, you can get very good results for $500 a month. You're only paying for people who are clicking on your website. That concept that you're only paying for this click. There are some nuances that if you do need help or don't have the time to play with that, there's plenty of places that can help. DSG does that for a ton of clients locally. But it is one of those cornerstones of local marketing. It's a well-used program, and it accesses Google, which is the greatest search apparatus the world has ever known, right? The other side of this coin is what we would, as marketers, call awareness, just general display ads, which are just those ads you see online, right? You're flipping through a website, you see an ad, then click here. It can be really effective, especially if you're sending an offer out. So if I'm here at Rockdale Music, where we're recording today, and there's a special for 50% off the first songwriting class that you take, which is a really good offer, that is a great thing to put in a banner ad and send out. It's impression based, and apologies again for the marketing jargon, but I will explain. An impression is just an eyeball on that ad. Views. So if you put that out there and somebody saw it, somebody scrolled past, somebody saw it. So you can be very exact on what you want and who you want to target with these ads. And so if you have a mix between somebody who's trying to just pay per click and then somebody who's a little bit broader that you might want to continuously advertise to, those two strategies are really good and work really well for those attracting new clients in those situations.
Awesome.
Cool.
Thank you so much for tuning in to DSG's 5MT podcast. I'd love to thank my co-host, Mike Gaydos.
Truly my pleasure. And I would like to give a big thank you to our producer, Jack Marinello.
If you enjoyed this podcast, like and subscribe to 5MT. Have a question? Leave a comment. Tune in next time.
Go market yourself. Happy marketing.
Thank you for listening. We hope you have enjoyed our first 2 episodes. We are excited to regularly share new content in 2024. Stay tuned and go market yourself.